Hello and welcome back to Indigo. I'm doing them in a row because I love to discover some new Vampire the Masquerade games, and I am curious to see what this one has to offer. It's called Praxis, and it's developed by Urban Magi, something like that. The links is in the description. So let me launch the game. It's done with Unity, so it should run fairly straightforwardly. I'll have to switch to this guy again, and let's see how that goes. I'm gonna reduce a tiny bit the audio from the desktop. Okay, so Praxis. I love that already. Beautiful bloody heart in neon light. You can't go wrong with that. And I love the way it's put together. It's already starting the game with Begin and Life, which is on point. The title already also kind of showed up slowly, which I actually appreciate the detail. Cool. Well, let's get through it. There's only one way to, know what it's about. If you don't try, you don't know. So I'm gonna try it for you. Okay, so we already have a choice of clan. That's pretty cool. But I'm not a Bruja. Celerity, potence, and presence. I'm gonna be ooh, 4 ladies, 2 men, and a Nosferatu. We don't know if it's a male or female. But I'm gonna be Sabrina, because Malkavian, Megan, Veronica, or Mao. Yeah. I'm gonna be Sabrina, because I'm a Malk, and I can't change that. So we have Auspex, Dominate, and Obfuscate. Let's go, girls. Let's go, girls. Okay. There's a sexy shirtless man on the first image. I cannot not love it. You don't remember much of that night. A few too many drinks and a smiling stranger. There was something about them, something enthralling about the way they talked and moved. You couldn't take your eyes off of them. You went back to their place. It was a very nice penthouse from what scattered remnants of the nights you can piece together. High ceilings, a beautiful chandelier. They did something to you. It felt good, really good. You assumed it was just a few moments of patience. However, they were taking something from you, something vital. You felt weak, faint, faded. Your consciousness was rolling in and out. And somewhere deep down you knew the truth. You were dying. And the person you went home with watched with cold desire as your spark slowly faded. But you didn't die, did you? Instead, you awoke in the arms of a different creature, a bestial monstrosity of tusks and wild animalistic eyes. He brought you somewhere else, somewhere beautiful but cold, and you couldn't help but feel like a helpless gazelle among a pride of ravenous lions. You were presented before some kind of leader, a secret king called the Prince. Your acquaintance from the night before was there as well, laying beside you with a wooden stake driven into their heart. That night you watched in horror as that person's head was violently removed from their body. Sounds vaguely familiar. That thing that brought you here, that twisted monster, ripped the person's head off with his bare hands. Someone you had been so close with seemingly moments before. The creature came to you next, his grotesque hands dripping with blood. You watched, unable to move as those bloody fingers grasped your skull, poised to remove your head next. Suddenly a voice cried out from the angry crowd of onlookers, and they begged for mercy. Mercy for your life. After a few hushed whispers, a deal was struck. Your savior gazed into your eyes, and you felt yourself falling deep asleep. So, where are we? Ooh, I love. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. You awaken. A voice tells you to awaken, and you feel your eyes flutter open. You were asleep? Oh, before you stands a beautiful dark-haired woman. She says her name is Lily. Good old Lily, she's always around, eh? That she knows you have questions and she will do her best to answer them. What happened to me? She sighs deeply, saying that you've been transformed into something else, something other than human. She tells you that you are something called kindred, or as the less cultured would call it, a vampire. You have questions, ask them. Sorry, I'm a vampire? Do I have powers? This is so cool, I'm sorry, I love it. Ask questions about vampire powers. Lily tells you that kindred have unique powers based on their clan. She mentions that they are called disciplines, and she rattles off a few of them. Dominate, Ospec, Presence, Obfuscate, Animalism, Potence, Protein. Dominate, Fortitude. Oh, there's Dominate twice. Fortitude, Blood Sorcery, and Celerity. I think I know them all already, so I'm gonna move on to the next one. Why did that thing rip my friend's head off? She coughs and says, that thing you mentioned is a very powerful kindred in a position called a sheriff. That friend of yours was going to use you. I have more questions. So, if I'm a vampire, do I have powers? I said that. What are clans? She says there are 13 clans, although in modern night there could always be more. She mentions something called a Duskborn before trailing off dismissively. She rattles off some clan names: Bruja, Toreador, Tremere, Ventru, Gangrel, Nosferatu, and Malkavian for the main part. What about the Malkavians? She pinches she pinches the ridge of her nose in annoyance. Hey, don't be annoyed at Malkavians. They're probably the most sane and clairvoyant clan. All the other ones are just lost in dumb, shitty politics. Malkavians are just doing what they know they should be doing. Mentioning that Malkavians are often cursed with some form of mental illness that both hinder them and gives them a unique view of the world. Interesting. What about the Tremere? She seems both haunted and impressed by this clan. She calls them witches, capable of strange blood rituals and magic. She mentions that although their power of the occults are strong, their blood is weaker than water. Oh boy. What about the Gangrel? She seems fond of this clan, mentioning a Gangrel gentleman she had a passionate 40-year-old relationship with. She tells you that they are an animalistic clan, often preferring natural settings and sometimes even marked with bestial physical appearances. Oh, some of them are disappearing. Oh, it's because they could not be all displayed, so that's why. Can I? No, that doesn't work. Ask about the Toreadors. She lights up, claiming that this is the clan she belongs to. Much like Portland in the City of Roses, Toreador is the clan of roses. Beautiful and sensual, they are fantastic artists and creators, which is why they hate being in ugly surroundings. Ask about the clan Bruja. She seemed displeased and mentioned that this clan is full of disorderly chaos. She claims they have anger and self-control issues, which can make them unpredictable. She seems to not like this clan very much. What about the Ventru? She gives a quiet groan, insisting that Ventru are a bureaucratic clan obsessed with the bloodline. They like to have power and they rarely give anything for free. She mentions that they can only feed from particular people, whatever that means. What about the Nosferatu? She mentioned that the Nosferatu are a clan of secretive kindred who often reside in the shadows due to their deformed and repulsive feature. They collect and trade in secrets, making them a necessary evil in the modern minds. Interesting. What does the sheriff do? Lily ponders for a moment and, before informing you that a sheriff is a position in vampire society called the Camilla, she says it is the sheriff's job to keep the peace. Oh, we know those ones, eh? The peacemakers and the peacekeepers. They are the one killing to impose laws that they can't follow themselves so much. Enforce the Camarilla tradition and protect the prince. Exactly, it's all about keeping control and not checking the boat. Don't rock the boat. Yeah, shaking the boat, rocking the boat. So the same. They are only peacemakers in their own interests. They don't try to make peace, they just try to keep the power that they have. That's two different things. Okay, I think I'm good with the questions because I want to play the game. I don't want to know about the vampire law. This you learn as a fledgling during the quest along the side. You don't need a whole tutorial to learn that. Your mistakes will teach you that. Lily seems to be exhausted. She says the sun is about to rise and that you both should get some sleep. She mentions that the sun burns and kills your kind, so you must do your best to avoid it. Yeah. You awaken, you feel different, angrier, like an insatiable force is gnawing inside you. Lily walks into your room and tells you that it is time to leave. You are expected to be seen at the Elysium, a safe place where the members of the Camilla meet. You are asked to get ready. What will you wear? I might, I'm not going to be able to sneak so much, and I don't think I can fight over there. Well, you can't, but so I don't think that's going to happen. Something studious and color coordinated. Awareness. I think I might just go with something glamour and high fashion because at the Elysium it's mainly chatting with the prince and getting to do PR in a way. So I think the most interesting option there, and I hope it's only something that is for this thing because that would be silly to do a choice that lasts the whole game, even if the setup is changing. So I would go with either logic or fashion. Let's go for fashion. Once dressed, you return to Lily. She looks you over, nodding approvingly. She mentions how the clothes are not her style, but they are very you, whatever that means. She throws you a car key and tells you that you are driving to the Elysium. You both begin your journey to the place where all kindred society takes place. To travel around the city of Portland, you simply click and drag a character to a location of your choice. Try traveling to Elysium, to the Elysium. I like that. I like that. That's cool. Can I move? Oh yeah, I can move by scrolling on this side of the screen. This is so cool. So, let's bring Sabrina to the Elysium. And let's enter. You both drive to the Elysium, a massive skyscraper in the heart of Portland downtown. The same crowd that watched you nearly die at the end of The Sheriff watches you with angry, predatory eyes. You cannot help but feel every leering eye intensely locked on you as you walk alongside Lily. The Prince of the Camilla stands on the stage before you, preparing to address this court. Hello, Prince. The Prince goes on to talk about the current state of Portland. He mentions something about local anarchs rebelling to reclaim Portland from the Camilla. And as the newest member of the Camilla, it will be your job to gather intel on them. The audience of Elysium spread out after the Prince gives his speech as you notice a young man approaching you. Who is that? Meet Tobias. I really like the more, like at least you have like a choice in the, well, not for now, but I think there's going to be a kind of, you can move around and you have a bit more agency than in the game that I just played before, which was Winning Crescent. Winning Crescent was really on tracks, choices here and there, but at least this one you seem to have like a kind of board game where you can at least have some kind of agency. So, Tobias. He tells you that his name is Tobias Rossack. He is the one that has been gathering intel on the Anarch Revolt for the past few months. He says Anarchs are a group of kindred who resist the rule of the Camilla. According to the information he gives you, there have been many attempted insurrection against the local Camilla, with the Anarchs attempting to reclaim the city since the 90s. However, the Camilla has held strong. Why do the Anarchs aid the Camilla? Tobias says the Anarchs believe the rule of the Camilla has become too corrupt due to the large number of elder vampires that rule it. He goes on to say that the Camilla have only recently, within the past few decades, claimed Portland for their own, and the Anarchs want their domain back. It's funny because when you talk to people, they are aware of the issues with the Camilla, like he reports that that's what the Camilla, that's what the Anarchs think about the Camilla. But then the Camilla doesn't even try to change that. They can't, because it's true that the elders are just too clingy on their power, and that's why nothing changes. So they have people telling them about the issue with the status quo and the system that is currently in place, but then the system in place doesn't try to fix its issues. So what else do you want? How do you think things are going to evolve if you don't change the issues that you are criticized for? nothing's gonna change and people are still gonna hate you for the thing they hate, which is you. Tobias, now exhausted from describing the urgent past of the Anarch and Kamaila sex, asks if there is... What? The urgent past? Asks if there is anything else you'd like to know. It's kind of the same. I really like this lore and the setup because it's really kind of gamifying the issues that we have in our modern societies. A bunch of rich old white guys that think they can hold control on anyone and everyone else, whether you're gay, male, of color, or anything else. And they are told, and nothing changes because they want to keep the control they have through the money and the system. And they're like, well, I have power, why would I give it away? Well, by giving away control, you have it. And making everyone else hate you so you can be the rich asshole that you are, and making everyone else's life miserable is not gonna make you more... it's not gonna give you more power, it's just gonna make everyone else pissed off at you. So, it's the same stuff. It's like... they don't understand that their authoritarian way of dealing with things is what people can't stand anymore. This is not... this is not slavery anymore. People have rights, and them imposing their shit through organized and created toxicity and poverty and all that is not going to change anything. We're still going to hate them because they are making everyone's life miserable. Anyway, why do the Anarchs hate the Kamaila? We've gone through that. What's an elder? It's Jeff Bezos being an asshole with his millions of dollars in tax havens. Tobias refers to an elder as an old vampire, one who's lived long enough to become more powerful than an average kindred like yourself. He mentions that many kindred believe that there was once an original vampire, one who all kindred are made from. And the closer generation to him, the more powerful you are. Tobias also mentioned that some are often referred to as elder to their generational closeness to the first vampire. Well, yeah, and the original one is Cain from Cain and Abel. So this is the curse that God imposed on Cain for killing Abel, his brother, and sinning. And because of that sin and that betrayal, God, in between quotes, cursed him. He asked what else you'd like to know. I guess I'm gonna go with the last questions. Tobias mentioned an old abandoned car garage that a couple notable Anarchs usually hang out at. If you sneak around there, you should be able to gather some intel on their whereabouts. Abandoned car garage? Okay, got it. That's all I need to know for now. You leave the Elysium. Lily tells you to be careful and that if you have any problems, to come to her. You are a responsibility now, and all of your actions will also reflect on her. You agree and go on your way into the night for the first time as the vampire. Tutorial. Some locations have missions that allow you to gather a resource. In the case of the car garage, you will gain intel, 1 of 5 coterie resources. So, resources, this is the time, I'm a fledgling. And that's the 5 resources. Status, money, influence, intel, and security. Sounds good. Status represents your standing with the court and changes your rank. Reaching 100 status will give you enough political sway to claim Praxis from the prince. Funds. Funds represent your financial situation, giving kindred jobs or finding other less legal means to make money can be found throughout Portland. Influence represents your ability to interact politically with the court, getting members of Elysium to help dethrone the prince cost influence and will help you claim Praxis. Intel represents your informational currency that can be bought, sold, and traded for other goods. Security represents how well you have kept up the masquerade. A security rating below 0 will result in hunters invading the sea. Okay. Cool. So that's my Evan. That's where I am. And that's the abandoned car garage. Sylvan. West Haven, Sylvan. Sylvan Islands. I'm everywhere. So I wonder if all those buildings are gonna be buildings that I can go to. Like, are they unlocking? Are they... I don't know. Jiggity. Mill Park. Okay, well, I think I have only one option, which is to... Oh, it's already night too. So let's go to the car garage to gather some intel. Ooh. Oh, okay. How many intel can I get? Ooh. Okay. After hiding around the car garage long enough, you eventually hear a group of people loudly talking among themselves. You wait and listen in on their conversation. They talk a lot about a rebellion, having the numbers to take the city, and most worriedly even mention that the vampire that made you was a secret Anak spy. Oh, okay. You want to hear more of this, but before you can, one of the Anak seems to somehow notice you despite being completely silent. What will you do? Well, I'm still in my fashion gear, so... I don't know. Well, I guess I will go with that because I have the most points and the highest percentage of chance with this one, talk. But I have only... Oh yeah, I have 3 points in talking as well. But if I can avoid being caught, that would be even better. So let's try this one. You run. You notice the wall behind you is paneled, but not very secure. Behind you, one swift kick and the wall tumbles down with almost no effort. Hearing the noise, the anarch behind you have begun to look for you as you run into the night free. You continue to run into the night free. You hear shouting behind you. Hopefully they aren't coming for you. You get away safely for now. Yeah, I did what I had to do. Okay, so what now? I need to return to the Elysium. I wonder when... You need 8 more status to rank up to neonate. Okay. So I guess... Oh, sorry. I think I'm gonna go back to the Elysium. That's where the cursor is, and... I'm gonna go to my Evan first. Maybe I can get change? No. I can't go home. Okay. Elysium it is. You return to the Elysium. Tobias is hanging outside the massive skyscraper. Realizing you're approaching, he asks how the mission went. You inform him of everything you've heard. He seems surprised but not concerned. He says he'll get the information to the sheriff immediately before asking if you have something called a coterie. What is a coterie? Tobias tells you that a coterie is a group of vampires who work together. He loosely refers to it as a club of some sort. When you say no, he asks if you'd like to make one together, insisting that it's safer in numbers. You agree, perhaps a little hesitantly. Tobias seems happy, but tells you that Lily has been looking for you. What does Lily want now? Roses everywhere. You find Lily in the Elysium. She notes how out of sort you look after that mission, but insists it gets easier. She says she wants to introduce you to someone. You walk over with her to a particularly large painting field with intricate details showing a naked man bathing in a field of wild roses. Oh, is this person you want me to meet? Is this the person you want me to meet? Oh fuck. I went too fast. I thought that it didn't click. Bitch. Okay. Play the game. Xavier mentioned that he wants you to succeed in the Camilla, but to survive requires a lot of social graces. He suggests you socialize among the crowd at Elysium, get to know everyone, or if you aren't as social, you could ask the sheriff if he has any jobs for you. Xavier also notes that in Kindred Society, status is everything and can be earned by doing jobs for the members of the Camilla Court. Lily says goodbye to Xavier and tells you that she is returning home at the Haven if you need her. Thank you, Xavier. Oh, also now I have... Can I move? Oh yeah, I can move them independently. Okay, well, I guess I'll stay at the Elysium for now. I'm gonna socialize and win 2 of influence. Okay, cool with that. Oh, it is a timer. I didn't realize. So I have to... Oh, maybe it doesn't move when that is not moving. yeah, that doesn't move, that stopped. This is your heaven. Keeping an ally within the heaven at the end of the night allows them to rest here and reclaim vital stats. Okay, good to know. Right now, all the heaven will heal is their willpower. But as you play, new heaven amenities will help you coterie in other ways. A heaven may also give a coterie resources at the end of every night. One such amenities are unlocked. Okay. Cool. Can I go to the sheriff? Talk with the sheriff. Sure. What does that do? Bad blood. The sheriff tells you that he has a new job for you. He says that this time he needs you to break into the blood banks and destroy some evidence. He claims that a sample of vampire blood has been brought there and he does not want that kind of information getting out. He needs you to get to the blood bank, find that sample and destroy it. Okay, I'll get on that. I'll find the sample. The blood bank. You enter the blood bank. Fluorescent lightning fills the waiting room. Time to look for that vampire blood sample and destroy it like the sheriff asked. You go into the back room when the person behind the desk isn't looking. But now, where do you go? I guess I can find a computer and hack into the records. Ooh. Uh-oh. Shit. Your skill roll has failed. Your last action will be unsuccessful. Click to spend 1 willpower and automatically succeed, or do nothing and accept the consequences. I guess I'm gonna spend that willpower. You find a discarded nurse's badge and clip it on. One of the phlebotomists seems confused by the new nurse, but doesn't press further when asked where that weird blood sample is. He tells you it's held in the testing room. You are now in the testing room. You find multiple blood samples, but only one that's literally labeled weird blood. You take it and proceed to leave. Just before you can go, however, you hear outside the door a security guard doing his round. How will you get around him? Oh, okay. %40 chance, that's not great. Huh. You sneak around his vision as carefully as you can, silently in fact, before finding an alternative path out of the blood bank. Vampire blood sample in hand. Okay, so I'm going low on willpower, so the sheriff will be pleased. But for now, oops. I need to bring Sabrina back to the haven. You can go there. Buy amenities? Oh, can I? Oh, no, I can't. Buy a pool. Funds. Buy security system. Okay. talk with the sheriff. You find two women talking back from a long night of clubbing, walking back. You're angry, your beast wants to feed. Perhaps you could get one of them alone. Seduce one of the women. Level 4 talk. I'm only level 3. You gaze into the eyes of the friend and ask her to leave. The friend immediately leaves without saying a word, leaving you and the remaining woman alone. You gaze into her eyes and use dominate, telling her to expose her neck for you to feed on. You begin to feed off the woman, but partway through you find that your beast wants to keep drinking deeper and deeper. Level 2 composure check. -2 in anger. What? Oh, okay. Don't have much chance. The beast roars within, but you resist it enough to let her go. She's lost in a state of post-kissing kiss ecstasy. You are forced to leave before the beast becomes too strong once more. You hand over the sample of the Sheriff Bradley to the Sheriff Bradley. He brings the sample up to the light to examine it. He confirms that it is the sample and crushes the glass vial in his hand, saying, "You've done well." Thank you. How do I recover my health though? And what do I do now? Should I go back? Oh, question mark. Let's go to the question mark. Your phone buzzes. Let's. Must be the main character. Bush. What about that? Get some blood. Okay. Yay, I've ranked up. You are now a neonate. You approach the front desk of the blood bank. The rumors you've heard is that the blood bank will sell blood to the right buyer if they can. Oh, there's no blood. Okay. Can I... What else can I do? Not much, huh? I'm gonna wait for her to gain a bit more willpower. And I will wait for... How do I heal? think she can move on to this location. My phone buzzes. You get a strange sudden text from Lily. It reads, I was just there. I'm sorry, in the coming days you will learn things about me. Please do not think ill of me. If you care about this city even a little, you will dethrone the prince. Climb the rungs of status and take its throne. Claim Praxis. Do it for Portland. You ponder what any of this means. Is Lily okay? Perhaps she can be found at the Elysium. What does this mean? I have to say, it's a bit silly. Let's socialize. Oh, I could have done that all along. What else? So this one can stay there, I guess. Should I actually... Can I put them both? No. Oh. Hey, Jonathan. You are approached by Jonathan Miller, a quiet individual who is blinded in one eye by an alleged lupine attack many years ago. He is a gangrel and a member of the Primogen Council, and an important figure in the Anak negotiation. Ooh. 20% chance. Ooh. There's not much I can do. Jonathan informs you that most of the gangrel in Portland reside near the forest, where they prefer to hunt and live. He tells you that the gangrels have tried to stay outside the Anna-Kamaila conflict in Portland, but he'd like to bring them to the side of the Kamaila. Interesting. I get some nice touches, but 20% is not much. Bye, Jonathan. I'll come and see you at the forest when I need. Leon Brown approaches you at the Elysium. He says he's willing to donate some funds if you have any intel worth his time. You try to recall if you've gathered any intel of interest, and sure enough you remember something of use to Leon. Shall you divulge this information? I guess I can sell a bit of intel. That's what it's for. Now Sabrina can go and check. You are approached by Xavier Takashi. He is a professional painter and owner of the local art gallery, Velvet. Hey, Velvet, what would you like to ask him? Only 10% chance. He seems surprised that you don't know the location considering its fame. He tells you where the gallery is and even offer free membership to enter for free. Okay, I will go ahead and check that art gallery for sure. Oh, again. What do you think? Should I maybe spend a little cash to maybe, I don't know what that's gonna do me, gain some status or maybe some influence, I don't know. But maybe I should go and check his, oh, okay. Influence. Oof. I guess influence is used. You pass him the large amount of funds. His smile widens as he thanks you for your business. He returns to the crowd, and you can passively hear him already spreading good things about your name. Oh. Look for Lily. The prince approaches Xavier. You can't tell what they are talking about until you hear the voices raised. Some kind of argument breaks out between the two before the prince strikes Xavier across the face with supernatural strength. He throws Xavier across the Elysium, quieting everyone. The prince, his eyes filled with rage, calms himself. Then addresses the onlookers, saying that it was a mere misunderstanding, and the Elysium continued. What the hell? You desperately look for Lily at the Heaven, but no such luck. She's gone. Maybe she's at the Elysium. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna wait to have that extra point, and I'm gonna go to the other gallery and socialize a bit there. That's all. No quests. The conflict has arisen. A heated debate has broken out between two powerful clans, and they've asked you which side you think is right. You should choose carefully, no matter what you will make an enemy. So, 3 status for the Gangrel or the Nosferatu 2. As I said in the game that I played just before, Waning Crescent, I don't big affinities with the Nosferatu. So I think I'm gonna go for the Gangrel. Oh, but denounce. So denounce the Nosferatu. You claim the Gangrel are a more noble clan than the filth that is Nosferatu. You've made an enemy of Clan Nosferatu, but an ally of Clan Gangrel. Hopefully, you've chosen correctly. There's no right choice. Oh, there's a typo there. Hopefully this was the right choice. Typo. I don't know at what time. Oh, 1 hour and 1 minute. Cool, so now what? So the Gangrel. I think I'm done with influence because it's cute, but okay. Scat out the woods. What does that do? The silent woods. The woods are silent tonight. This will be a great place to earn for the blood of animals. I might do that. Okay. And then what? Should I go back to... I have plenty of points. Victoria Driscoll. You are approached by Victoria Driscoll, a kindred woman with her hair in a tight bun and shrewd, cold but beautiful eyes. She is a member of the Primogen Council and runs a high-class gentlemen's club downtown in Portland. Rumor has it she is a descendant of Ardestat. I don't know, with that. Help me dethrone the prince. They really like to... I guess they would... You lose 30 influence. I guess that would add them to your coterie? I'm not sure. Tell me about the club you run. I guess I'll ask her about herself. Victoria seems somewhat surprised you'd ask. She tells you that her sire's sire was a powerful Ventru known as Ardestat, making her a direct descendant. She used to live in Las Vegas before coming to Portland to bring order to the city. She claims that the Anarch have not made that job easy. Interesting. Tell me about the club you run. Victoria tells you that the Siren's Call is a gentleman's club she runs. She gets her best money and intel from her girls that work there, and for Kindred, the staff are also available for drinking. She refers to the staff as blood dolls. Ooh, I like that. Mortals would know of vampires that freely give their blood. She mentions that she's always looking for more kindred to staff the place if you're interested. It's been a pleasure, Victoria. Oh, I couldn't ask her to be... Oh, this one's called... Well, I'm gonna go there now. I might work as a stripper. You know, just for the night. You return to the Elysium. Eyes are glued to you for some reason as you shovel through the crowd to get a better look at the stage. You see the sheriff and the prince holding up the stacked and torpid body of Lily? The prince calls, oh fuck, I should have looked for her. The prince calls attention to everyone, saying that Lily has been an anarch spy among the Camilla. What? Impossible. Oh man, I should have looked for her. I completely forgot. The prince says that as of tonight, the Camilla are going to war with the local anarchs. They have attacked multiple Camilla-controlled locations, and today they have gone too far. He mentioned that this will be the first of many executions to come. Then he sinks his teeth into Lily. He doesn't just drink her blood. He seems to drink deeper and deeper until he's sucking on Lily's dead artery. He keeps feeding through, drinking more and more until it takes something more than her blood, something deeper, something sacred. This is horrible. You don't know what, but you see something leave her torpid eyes as she gazes off listly into the distance, like her very essence and soul is being purged. The prince throws her to the ground into the audience as she begins to smolder into nothing more than ashes and bone. You have just witnessed the only kindred to show you true kindness killed before you, and in such a profane way. What have I witnessed? Something inside you breaks. You don't know how, you don't know when, but you will climb the social ladder of the Camilla and dethrone the prince. With or without a war between the Camilla and the Anarchs, you will have some resemblance of vengeance. You leave the Elysium, a newfound purpose flowing inside you, time to build your country up and get to work. Interesting. Shit. An offer has arisen. A kindred named Leon Brown has been putting together a large startup company. He tells you if you invest, you'll have a chance to double your money if the company does well enough. He approaches you and asks if you'd be interested in investing. Might as well. Leon thanks you for your investment. He says he will get back to you when the company succeeds or fails. Okay, thanks Leon. Could I... I'm continuing. Well, I guess I'll work as a waiter this time. Being a stripper is fun for a few nights, but... Victoria is back. You are approached by Victoria Driscoll. Yeah, I know, but... I think I might ask you to help me dethrone the prince. Victoria reminds you that such requests can result in being sentenced to final death, but she does concede that her business has been poor since the prince has suppressed her influence. She says that she will help you, but if the prince gets even a whiff of what is happening, she's out. I understand, Victoria. Okay, that did not... Oh, $200. Oh, making money. Cool. You are approached by Jonathan Miller, a quiet individual disappointed in one eye. Blah blah blah. I've read that already. I guess I'm gonna ask him to help me overthrow the prince as well. Jonathan seems conflicted. On one side, he wants to keep things the way they are to one day have peace with the Anarchs once more, but on the other hand, he knows that the prince will never let such peace happen again. Now that war has started, he decides the best choice for Clan Gangrel is to join you in your rebellion. He says he'll silently keep your name on people's tongue to help you gain more status. Thank you, Jonathan. What's that? You are approached by the prince himself. He asks if you'd have a minute to spare. He gives a whole apology about killing Lily before mentioning that as an apology. Okay. He'd like you to have a heaven. He also acknowledges that you have been climbing the social ladder of the Camarilla and that he's never seen someone so young do as much as you have. He tells you to keep the good work going. What an asshole. Yeah, I'm doing more money. Cool music. What's next? Gabriel Faust. You are approached by a tall Gangrel man. He tells you that he appreciates you standing up for the powerful Gangrel clan and would like to offer his service as repayment. He informs you that his name is Gabriel Faust and he'd be honored to fight alongside your coterie. Please join us, Gabriel. So what now, Gabriel? I'm gonna put you in the heaven. So you can regain willpower a bit. The night is getting to an end, and then I will send you maybe to the forests. Madeleine Flasca. You are approached by a Nosferatu woman named Madeleine Flasca. She says she offers intel for cash and wants to see if you're interested in buying. I can buy some intel from you. Thank you. I have only 20 chances of succeeding. Not sure what I should do. I guess I can try, but I failed. It's alright, I have plenty of willpower so far. You get some juicy details. You have a good conversation with Jonathan, but he lets slip a few juicy details, a little suggestion here and there gets more details out of him. That's good to know. You have ranked up to the ancilla level. Good for me. And you can go and maybe... Oh, shit. You meet Loquin Vale. You are approached by a bright kindred. She mentioned that her name is Loquin Vale and that she has kept more than both eyes on you. She's a member of Clan Salubri, known for their third eye, and a very rare clan. She's interested in joining your coterie, but you will only do if you can give her some vital information in return. I can give you 10 in 10. You divulge the information she needs and she thanks you. She is now an ally. I might... get her to socialize. I win influence with that. Yeah, cool. What does E win? And in the wood. Go. Cool. Who's there? You're hunting in the wood when suddenly you're approached by a tall woman who radiates some kind of feral power. She tells you that these woods belong to the Gangrel clan and you're not permitted to hunt there. Well, I am a Gangrel. Duh. She shakes her head, claiming that you may be of the clan Gangrel, but as long as you remain a slave to the Kamaela, you will never truly be Gangrel. Okay. I'll leave then. I'm not going anywhere. Fight, I have 5. I have 50% chance. Is it worth it? It's only -1 in health. You are forced to retreat from the woods. Wounded and broken, maybe it's best not to come back here. What? That's bullshit. Oh, fucking hell. The kind woman you work with tells you that she was nearly drained to death again. She seems to be really fragile now. She brings up the idea that she'd love to be alive. Alive? In blood though? What? If you gave her a free place to stay. A blood doll will take $100 fund every night, but a vampire staying at the heaven will slack one anger. That's good. Offer her to live at yours. A blood doll. Sure. You go, girl. Perfect. It's too many things happening at the same time. I don't have time to move my characters. You are approached by Queen Lopez, a kindred woman with a unique haircut. Really? Unique? And a gaze that seems constantly distant, as if her thoughts are miles away. She holds sway at court due to her position on the Primogen Council and ties to powerful kindred in LA, where she used to live. She also owns and runs the nightclub, the New Asylum. Oh, the New Asylum! So I can't ask her to join me, but Can ask her about the Primogen. She lists off the members of the Primogen Council and informs you that it is their job to assist the prince in their decision making. She personally uses her well-developed powers of aspect to see things whether in the council, others in the council do not. Ask about the new asylum. You've never heard of the new asylum. She mentions having worked for two powerful kindred a few years back when she lived in LA. After earning enough trust, they both decided that she had the expertise to expand their club to Portland. She gives you an address and tells you that you and your country should be let in for free due to your kindred status. That's so kind. Go to your ta-da. No, good. She's back. Nah, goodbye. I ask you the things. Leave me alone. You feel the urge to enter a particular store. Okay. How odd. Strange shop. You're waiting tables when you accidentally slip and spill multiple drinks on a high-paying client. What would you like to do? They glare at you, allowing you to look into their eyes and dominate them. They go slack-jawed for a moment before standing up to go yell at a second waiter. You've gotten away with it this time. How do I regain my health? Everyone's a critic. You meet a famous art critic in the gallery. She tells you that her opinion of these pieces are very poor. And she plans on writing up a terrible review for the gallery. Would you like to intervene to help Xavier's gallery? You look them in the eyes and command them to love the gallery. They seem to suddenly change disposition and insist that they love the gallery and every painting in it. She says she'll be sure to write something more positive due to a sudden change of heart. You are approached by Hendrik Meyer, a vocal member of the Primogen Council and a well-respected member of the Kamala and region to the local chantry. Maybe I should put... ask about the Primogen Council. Hendrik mentioned that the Primogen Council is a collection of kindred that assists the prince, and that it consists of Queen Lopez, Victoria Driscoll, himself, and Jonathan Miller. He seems a little put off by Victoria, mentioning her inflexibility has made court almost impossible. Would you help me dethrone the prince? Tells you that the prince has taken many freedom from the Tremere that were only once available to them. He said that he will help, but if the chantry gets in danger, then he is supporting this chantry first, and foremostly, no exception. Of course. The war begin. Uh-oh, what's that? Oh, the chantry. Cute. Rumor has spread across the city. The Anarchs have launched a full-on attack on the Camilla. Prepare for the worst. Oh, this is no good. What a rude discovery. What clan? Oh, it's a thin blood. Huh. Okay. You approach the chantry, but as you cross the threshold to the building, you feel a zing of what feels like electricity course through your body. You feel wounded, attacked, and have to resist going into a sudden state of frenzy. What was that, you wonder? Perhaps the Tremere announced something of this? Well, yeah, set it up. I can reclaim a bit of willpower. You are approached by Queen Lopez, a kindred blah blah blah. I guess I can try. She seems quite pleased by your conversation and etiquette. You've clearly gained some sway with the Primogen. Cool. Ash. You stumble upon a stunningly beautiful non-binary kindred. They are tall and stunningly glamorous, but there's something uneasy about the perfect symmetry. Symmetry? I don't think that's what you meant. But the symmetry of their face, I'm not sure she would like that, but as a vampire it kind of makes sense. An hour and 29 minutes. You introduce yourself. Symmetry would be SY. I think it might be double M. Symmetry. Yeah, double M ETRY. Not symmetry. That's why people die. Well, go when we put the body when they're dead. You introduce yourself to them as they introduce themselves as Ash. What brings you to the gallery? They tell you that art is hard to find these days, mentioning, yes, I know, right? Mentioning that true art, true beauty takes time and dedicated perfection. Another typo there, perfection. Like themselves, they tell you that their clan specializes in a kind of flesh crafting that allows them to turn their own face into a work of perfect art. What clan are you? They tell you that they belong to a clan called Simise. They practice flesh crafting and have a tendency to hoard things akin to a dragon. Do you have a coterie? They shake their head, informing you that they have not been a part of a coterie since the 70s. They ask if you have one. You tell them that you do, avoiding the bit about trying to dethrone the prince. Then they ask you if you'd let them join. You should join us, for sure. Ash is happy, you asked. Oh, Ash is happy you asked. They say that they would be glad to join you. You inform them of your goal to destroy the prince, and they seem very fond of this idea. Yay, one more member. And I think Ash is gonna be going to... Ooh, the bouncer. I don't know your stats. They can be a waiter for now. I don't know your stats. Anyway, it's not a big deal. The coterie is growing. Meet Danny Brooke, a man you work. So, okay, that's my stats. Okay, cool. She's a CMC with 5 in logic. That's pretty good. And 4 in fight, okay. A man who you work with mentioned that he's seen your coterie around and asked if you would have space for him to join. He says he belongs to a rare clan called the Raveners, and it'd be an asset to you if you'd let him join. Sure, Danny, I love a good Ravnos, but you're approached by Xavier. He's a professional painter. Might as well. Before you can finish your proposal to dethrone the prince, Xavier stops you and tells you that you have his support, insisting that the prince has been slowly destroying kindred society in Portland since he claimed Praxis. You have gained his full support. So, what can I do? Oh, a radiant dancer. As you dance, you find an incredibly handsome man approaching you. He has the glow of presence about him as he dances, grabbing the attention of all. Would you like to dance with him? A radiant dancer. I guess I can try to dance. Okay. I don't know what I've done, but it failed. You both dance together, moving your bodies in almost perfect sync. When the song ends, the man tells you that you know how to party and asks if you have room for one more coterie member in your group. Meet London Drakeman. Sure. What is he? Toreador. Well, the Ravnos can go to the blood bank. Oh. Mr. Gabriel can go back to the forests. And you, my dear London, can go to Vienna. Why is she so annoying? She is a kick-ass bitch. Oh, something has appeared. Oh, the strange shop. Well, oh, okay. The siren's call. Oh no. What does that mean? You can go to the strange shop. You know what to do with strange things. Fight off the anarchs. Oh no! You enter the siren's call and find it completely destroyed. Smashes, bits of glass litter to the floor, broken tables and chairs have been stacked, and a few are smoldering from some fire that once burned. You hear jovial laughter upstairs and follow it to find a group of anarchs drinking from now a dead blood doll. What would you like to do? Nice kill. You calmly walk in. One of the anarchs spots you and lifts a baseball bat before you say, kill them, and point at the other two. The anarchs you're gazing at has no choice but to charge his allies with the bat, beating one of his allies into final death before snapping out of it. Snap out of it! The remaining two charge you. Try to judge the attacks. You have evaded to the left as an oncoming punch is narrowly missed, allowing you to successfully destroy a second anarch, leaving the final one. The remaining anarch charges you as you attack with your weapon, inflicting final death into the anarch as he falls to the floor, smoldering to ashes. Leave the siren's call cleared of anarch. But anarch have taken the red velvet gallery. Okay, can I slow down things because I need to make you enjoy that? Ooh, a strange flute. You find a unique store in the middle of Portland's shopping district. You felt a tug bring you here, and now that you are in the store, you are surprised to find that none of the items available seem of use to you. You approach the shopkeeper, who says he sells only things you need, not things you want. What will you take? Oh. Buy the cloth doll that is missing its eyes. Sneak, composure, awareness. You might want to an obsidian blade necklace. You leave with the item. It's only once you exceed the door that you realize that you've never paid, and the man never gave a price. You turn to pay the man when you realize the store you were just in is broken down, empty and dilapidated. No strange item or shopkeepers are left. The only proof of existence is in your hand. Who was that? Oh, okay. Okay, I need you. Okay, bye. You find two women walking, blah blah blah. I have only one security left. Shit. Okay, Gabrielle, can you go and fight the anarchs? Yes. You enter the velvet art gallery. Slashed and burnt art pieces are scattered around across the floor. The false walls that once hang paintings now ripped down to nothing more than rubble. The room is vast and empty. Sitting in a rusted old lawn chair is a hulking anarch kindred, a sledgehammer at his side. As you enter, he says he's been expecting you and holds up the armor threateningly. Were you expecting this, though? Okay. You charge weapon at the ready. Is that an expression? You strike as many times as you can, but this kindred is using some kind of fortitude discipline to prevent your wounds from landing. Your wounds? He gives a gruff laugh as he picks up his sledgehammer, like it weighed nothing. He swings what you would like to do. I'm getting a bit confused with He's not the only one with fortitude. What? He swings his massive hammer toward you. The air is filled with the sound of wind rushing past the massive weapon until it makes contact with you. You remain unmoving and uninjured, a playful grin on your face, noticing how you absorb this attack. The massive anarch seems frozen in confusion, giving you a chance to strike. You prepare to attack. Okay. Yay! Deadly claws form at your end, allowing you to take advantage of your opportunity of attack. You slash down. The anarch's skin is tough like stone, but with enough force you hear a macabre crunch as you break through his skin, sinking your claws into his soft flesh. He gives out a terrible roar like an animal as you rip out whatever viscera your hand can clutch while inside. He falls to the ground. Slowly he begins to dissolve into ash. The fight is over. Phew! So what's next? Fuck. What's next? The situation has arisen. You are suddenly approached by an angry-looking kindred. They yell that they have heard you spreading lies and rumors about them. You don't recall such an attack, but that doesn't seem to matter. How will you handle the situation? Influence. I have plenty of influence. How do I regain security again? Okay, so I have more status, enough status, cool. Continue. You clear your throat and politely but firmly remind them that they have no place throwing baseless accusation in the direction of someone so high up in the Kamala. They seem to want to give you a few choice words, but realize that you are a political force to reckon with and leave muttering as they go. Okay? So, I have all my people. And I guess I can claim Praxis because I have not much else to do. Okay, let's do it. Oh. No, the new Avilan. Well, there it is. New Zealand is gone anyway, so I guess I'll confront the prince. You have done it. Only a handful of days after your embrace into undeath, you have successfully taken Praxis from the prince. You travel to the Elysium feeling anxious and terrified. Tonight is the night and you have all the support you need. If your heart could still beat, it would be racing with exhilaration. You enter the building, finding the stage where your sire was murdered, and address the kindred in the room. You state to everyone there that you claim Praxis from the prince and claim the domain of Portland. The audience is silent, terrified how the prince will respond. The prince gives a loud, slow clap as he laughs. He asks how a mere whelp of your stature could dare even consider taking Praxis from him. That's a good point. Xavier joins you on stage as well. He tells the court how you gave him his trust. You have gained his trust, and that you stand behind him. The prince coughs, insisting that the mere keeper of Elysium must sway the court. Hendrik also finds his way on stage beside you, giving you a knowing nod. He says to the court that he also stands with you. The prince has never treated the power of the chantry with the respect it deserves, and that Praxis must peacefully transfer. Jonathan steps up on stage next, standing with you and the other. He declares to the crowd of kindred how he stands with you in your claiming of Praxis. The prince gives an insulting scoff in disbelief, shouting about how a filthy gangrel mutt has no real political leverage. Victoria also joins you on the rest of the council on stage, standing beside you strong and confident. She also announces her support, saying that it might seem outlandish to support one so young, but she admires your determination, and the prince has done nothing but hinder Portland's progress. The prince is livid. He's never been so insulted in all his life, and at his own court no less. Gathering what composure he can, he walks on stage and announces to the crowd that if there are enough votes, he will peacefully relinquish his Praxis and all the powers that come with it. Xavier demands that votes be counted by raised hand in the court, and one by one, the entire court raises their hand. Sorry, it's been nearly 2 hours that I'm talking, so the tyranny and chaos that the prince inflicted has been enough to move even the most traditionalist kindred to demand change. A look of defeat falls upon the prince as he realizes that he has lost. The prince points towards you and demands that the sheriff kills you on the spot. The sheriff jumps up on the stage with his weapon at the ready. With a loud cry, he charges you, death in his ferocious eyes. Before he can strike, however, the members of your coterie leap forth, forming a shield as they battle the sheriff. It's a blur of weapon, close, blood, and ash. Many die to protect you, but in the end, the sheriff is reduced to ashes in the wind. The prince tries to run, but other members of the court prevent him from leaving, forcing him to face justice. What kind of justice will be served? Good question. He's not been kind and, killing people is not really the choice of a leader. And especially when everyone is saying you need to leave and you send the sheriff on to them, is probably a sign that you're a psychopathic, narcissistic, Machiavellian asshole. And permanent exile is a bit too gentle, I guess, for that, but buried alive, I don't know, it's a bit hard to decide. Is there any option? Any viewers that want to tell me what they think? Want to give me one of their opinion? What would you do? The thing is, those two are delayed. This one is living in Rome free, and I guess I'll go with immediate execution. He's been looking for it, I guess. Your coterie holds the prince down as you approach and begin to feed. You drain the very blood from his body until none is left to spare. The now fallen prince screams as you continue to drink, consuming the deepest part of him, perhaps his soul. You drink until there is nothing left in your hands but ash. The Anarchs still remain, defiant as always, but in smaller numbers. Now, thanks to your vital contribution, this leaves Portland as Camailla domain for many more nights to come. Their once unified forces scattered until it is safe to come out of hiding. Hunters still run rampant in your domain, wreaking havoc on the local kindred. Often nights will end in the loss of kindred, but with time you hope the masquerade will be restored and the threat will vanish. You have claimed Praxis over the rose city of Portland, no matter the price it took to get on that bloodied throne. You are now the prince, and only you can decide the fate of your city. Thank you for playing. Thank you for offering this beautiful game. Wow, pretty insane. That was great. I loved the whole thing. Gregory Duval and Jonathan Ware. Pretty cool. At least you have like the board where you have like some strategy to do things with your different characters. That was pretty cool. I liked the system, and I didn't really get how to regenerate my health for my different characters, but I guess I didn't need it. Having the different plan, the choice and all that was cool as well. The stats didn't really make much sense. Like, okay, you can do different things, and like, I don't know if the stats were influencing the success rate, because some of them you needed to have that much in talk or logic or whatever, but some of them didn't seem to be directly impacted, and so it didn't make the stats feel like it was really useful. But that's only because I don't understand the mechanism under the cover. If you had better success rate based on the stats, that's cool. But I think I had not so many successes on the different action that I did. I had like I used a lot of willpower to counteract either bad luck, or to have my actions to be successful. So I really used that a lot. And being a gangrel in the forest was interesting, but why did that girl kept kicking me out if I was a gangrel, and especially if I was trying to fight her, she was still kicking me out even if I had enough stat, so I wasn't sure about that. And I guess for ease of use, having just a 2D board would be a bit simpler, because like it was cool to be able to scroll, but as when I was kind of scrolling and trying to put a character on a different location, some random event were popping up, and I was kind of maybe I wasn't sure if my character was put on the new location or whatever. So I feel like you probably could have done that with just a 2D flat top-down map. That would have saved you some drama, I guess. But amazing game, really cool. It was really matched on Bloodlines in a way. I feel like, you know, it's the same setting, it's the same introduction and all that, and that was cool. But I guess you could have been a bit more creative and try to do something a bit different. And I like the fact that you have the art gallery and the curious shop and all that. But yeah, I don't know, I'd like to be able to, I don't know, I'd like to see some other kinds of more unique places. Because pub, art galleries, Elysium, Heaven, well, those ones, it's always the same stuff, but yeah. And I'm trying to think right now, and I'm like, I have to agree, it's always a bit like that, and whether it's the hospital, the art gallery, the club. Well, what else could we do? Because it's really the same mood as Bloodlines, so it's in Portland, so I guess it makes sense. But yeah, and I like a few of those places are also in the game that I'm developing. I have an hospital, l'Hôpital Notre-Dame in Montreal. I have the church club, I have the art council and some art galleries. So it's really similar. So I don't, it's not a criticism, it just makes me aware that we always do the same thing. So I'm like, what else could we do to come up with something a bit more original than that? But yeah, amazing game. I will switch back to that. Amazing game, really cool. Oh, Buried Alive. Oh, someone talked. Sorry, I didn't see that. You were a bit late. I already had done my choice, I believe. Oh, you're Bad Maggie. Hey! If you talk to Jonathan about her, he will give you a request to work with her. Sorry, when did you talk? Hey! And she will allow you to feed on the woods after. Oh! Thank you. Okay. No, it's great. I loved it. I was like so impressed. It was really cool. I think, yeah, we should keep chatting a bit, because like now I'm like just trying to put my mind all together, but it was great. I loved the experience, the music, the characters were all cool. I was just a bit confused when there was like so many pop-ups. Like sometimes I was trying to do something, but I had another event kind of popping up. I was like, oh, I didn't have time to actually do anything, and it's like kind of feeling, it puts the pressure on, so it's kind of good. But yeah, it was great experience. I guess we'll chat on Twitter. But I'm glad I've been able to play that game. It was great. I recommend anyone playing it. If you play with a different character and all that, also let me know on Twitter, and I'll come and watch your playthrough, because I want to see how you guys go through it. But I think that's it for now. I will leave it at that for now. It's already 6 p.m. I've been playing for more than 2 hours. But I think I'll probably try to play it again another day. But thank you for this great game, and I'll see you another time. Bye!